All to do is make it where people can hear you, okay? And we're up. Yeah, I only need 6,000. Oh man.
You need 6,000?
Alone. Yeah, for this
That's
chick.
impossible.
Nah, 6,000. No, it's not that bad.
That's impossible.
Nah, it's not. Nah. Guy I can get that done pretty quick, actually.
Alright, so
Yes.
I'm back.
Oh no.
So we have
Okay,
the
I had an error exiting the dungeon, so
Hang on. Wait, just
I'm gonna have to go back.
Yep.
Okay.
That's okay. I just won't miss this one.
Look what you did. Oh,
It'll just take
banana,
a
bro.
second.
Banana pilled me.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh, I got one too. I slipped on one too, man.
Did you? Yeah, you got me with the
Yep.
banana, bro.
Okay, just tell me when to come back in.
Okay.
Alright, almost done.
Second.
I know it won't take long.
That's the truth.
So right now we've got the Preta Vendetta Rising. Ask Me Anything on Reddit right now. And we're just checking it out while we play. I'm gonna be reading some of what's going on.
Alright, join up now.
Most people are just asking about like if there's any plans. There's a couple of different questions. I'll start with the big one right now, which is probably the elephant in the room, which is most people want to know if it's going to change grinding wise and see if they're going to tone down the grinding at all. Like some end game stuff, which I mean is kind of like which it kind of is. I mean the rating, look at it now, it's really easy, but you know they might add. There was rumors a long time ago that they're gonna add some like co-op stuff in it. So they haven't said specifically what it is, but they, as far as I know, they are planning to add co-op to it. Okay, so. Right. What it does, I'll tell you the upside to it. There is a lot of grinding in it, but part of the upside is that when you get something, it's like you appreciate it because you know you like worked hard to get it. Right, but I mean, just like in that and World of Warcraft or any MMO, eventually when you level up, you're going to need a stronger weapon. And this just has like 3 chapters.
For now. That's the thing, is everybody's got to remember, like, they're trying to get the rest done. But everybody's asking for too much too fast, man.
Yeah, I think if the game was like a huge AAA thing and it had like a bunch of support, but these guys kind of just made a recovery and launched this on PSVR.
Right.
And it's, you know, they're basically just trying not to fall apart, like at least before this launch. I think they're doing better now, but at the time that this launched, like, you know, it had its problems and stuff, but they just went ahead and pushed it out, and they're trying to correct it, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they're trying to, like, because, you know, I don't know why they're doing this Ask Me Anything, like, I guess just to give an update. I imagine they're going to do some updates and stuff, and that's why I kind of wanted to... Right. Yeah, no, there's plenty of signs of life with the game still.
Yeah. You can tell they're not trying to let this die. Like, they're fighting for everything they have, you know?
Right. Redemption's Guild that never launched and is like completely disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lewin, are you sharing your voice right now? Just so I know how to answer. Are you sharing your voice on the broadcast? You'd have to go into your settings and do it. I'm gonna check and just make sure I can hear myself right now. Then I'm gonna start reading some of these questions.
Question. Who got a question?
Check. Oh, let me.
Ask them when they're gonna make a statue of Ghost in the middle of the town.
What are all these notifications?
For being a god at this game.
I apologize. I'll be there in a second.
That's what you should ask him, bro.
What?
Like, Ghost wants to know when he's gonna get a statue in the middle of town for being a god at this game. Like, I should get my own statue, man. Like, they make my Raina character right there. No.
Check.
I want him to do something with that well, actually. That'd be interesting. Turn it into like a bonus cave or something. Or make it where I can throw like a coin in there. Make a wish. That'd be fun.
Let's see.
Like, there's so much potential to this game. People just gotta be a little patient.
Well, doesn't Paul have visions?
Paul's crazy. That's what Paul is. Paul likes runes, and Paul is a rune. That is
Paul
what.
Like runes.
Yeah, no, Paul's just psychotic, crazy. Like, I don't.
He just really likes runes. I
Yeah.
think that's all we know.
Like, that's
And
all I
he
really
loves the
know.
Grail. He likes
Were
runes. And he
visions
likes
or
Oh,
what?
and he likes the Grail. Yeah, he likes
he
the
loves
Grail
the
a
Grail.
whole lot. Oh, man. He wants to make sweet, tender love to the Grail.
So the cool thing is they're also giving out at the end US codes and 5 EU codes. Or North America, sorry. North America codes.
That's pretty cool.
So that's a cool little thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
So they're just randomly picking names from the AMA.
Oh, nice.
And there's not like a plethora of people,
All right.
so you got a pretty good chance.
Yeah, for real. Like, what is there, 20-something people right now, maybe? If that. 15?
I don't know. So this guy says, I find the game overly grindy. Are there any plans to just drop loot instead of materials, to make material requirements a bit easier to farm? And they responded with, item was supposed to be dropped, but the development was never completed. Sadly, we cannot guarantee a timeline for drop loot patches, but we will cut down the material requirements, like 1/4 of it. So they are going to cut down the material requirements by 1/4.
That's not bad, though.
Judder will definitely be improved, because he also mentioned Judder originally. The cause for the Judder is the view distance. They're already on that. So that's the first one.
Okay, I'm there by myself.
Oh,
Right.
how did that happen?
I don't know.
So they found a way to meet in the middle with everybody that didn't want them to change their grind, and then the people that did. So they were like, okay, fine, like we're gonna make it
which
a
is,
little.
you know, it's just I don't really have a problem with that, because that reaches out to a larger audience. Like, you know, that's okay. Like, I got to enjoy this game like this.
Right.
And I'm going to always, you know, we had this conversation a long time ago, which was, we're going to, like, look back and be like, when I played Preta,
right.
you had to grind for days.
Like, you don't
just
even.
to get a freaking potion.
Yeah. Oh, God. Weeks for a potion, man.
Nah, not really. But it was like a whole, like, day or something. Usually,
no, I'm talking
I would
that
spend,
special, bro, that I had to go get. Oh, my God. Like,
tell me when you're back.
feeding my damn pet, bro.
Oh shit! Did we just start another one? Fuck. I'm sorry, Katie.
Okay, just tell me when you're back. That's okay.
Yeah.
You guys are fast.
Yeah, we getting emotion.
I'm trying to multitask here. I'll get used to it.
We do. We get an emotion sometimes.
I'm trying to make this productive while we play.
Right. We do pretty good at making it productive.
Okay, so just let Katie know when it's done.
Yeah.
Or when we're in the lobby.
I'm going for my legendary sword on second level.
Alright, join in now.
So the next question is, somebody said, how difficult was it to develop for VR, and how do you view the current state of the VR industry? And they said, well, VR development was hard because there were no reference to financially successful titles. VR market is still too early, and it may take 3 to 4 more years until consumer VR industry means anything. So I'm guessing by that he means that right now it's more of a niche product.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've already seen that there is like they're starting to establish like titles and genres with it. I mean, this is one for instance.
Oh yeah.
There's Resident Evil, there's Moss, you know, which are still in early stages, but they're definitely some great foundation for the future.
Oh yeah,
like horror games. Look at all the horror games coming out now.
Sony's gotta help these companies too by getting headsets in damn homes. Like they gotta, you know what I mean? Like if they can get the headsets in the homes, oh man, people would be going nuts.
They kind of just threw it out there, and they're testing it right now, and it's obviously like getting traction because you're starting to see more and more like VR related stuff. I'm hoping for a pretty good E3.
Yeah, see, E3's, I'm excited about E3, even if it's only a couple VR things. Just, I want to see what they're saying about Firewall and everything, man.
Did you buy the new game that came out?
Yeah, it's actually really fun, and it's good.
So did Andy.
It's good.
He bought it too.
It's fun. It's funny. it's kind of, oh man, it's pretty.
It's not scary.
No, it's pretty funny with some of the things you can do. There's times though, man, where it just gets out of control. Though you're just like, that is so many of them coming. But it's fun. It'll make you sweat though. Like man, it'll make you sweat.
They're getting some love on here. There's not really a ton of questions. It's really just people just saying like there's either people just saying like thanks for doing the AMA, and just saying like they like the game a lot.
Everybody's wanting the codes that are probably in there or something. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, there's a couple for sure.
Right.
What do you mean codes?
They're giving out during the AMA some free keys for a game, basically a free download.
Yeah, just to download it. People, they do that a lot. Like, did somebody get kicked again?
I got kicked again, yeah.
Okay, so what you have to do is
don't hit the
when
circle
the match is
button
over,
at the end.
yeah, don't back out quick.
Okay.
If you hit that, then yeah, if you do it like too fast, then it's gonna kick you. So it's best just to, when you have 2 people, it doesn't matter, but when you have 3.
Yeah, everybody's got to be matched up. So just don't hit the circle button at the end.
I'm gonna have to go completely out because it's blank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll wait for you. Join in when you're ready.
I have to completely go out of the. Come on. Get 5 raids in by the time I get back in there.
It's alright.
So.
She's so weak compared to my other character.
You know what would be good for this game though? Would be like kind of like like an instruction that, like, okay, you have to do this and you have to do, because like I thought I had to get 5 stars before I could remember it, so and I didn't.
Yeah, they need a little bit of more of like a tutorial,
an explanation. You're right, exactly.
It or is like kind of a lot of go figure out a lot yourself type thing.
Feed your pet. The tree where you have to adjust all those.
Oh yeah, the skill tree. No, that's just, you gotta just read those and just, what do you want? Okay. What do you not
Ghost,
want?
I just posted this. I said, have you heard of the banana peel? We have 3 types: regular, frozen, and exploding. We need a name for when you, quotations mark, slip, and the enemy still dies while you're on the ground. Do you have any suggestions?
You've had that happen?
Question.
Oh yeah, no, it's the dot
so damage. Whenever you get knocked down by the boss, we joke and we call it a banana peel. Okay. And it's like slipping on a banana peel. So like I'll be fighting and I'll slip or I'll get knocked down and Ghost will be like, "Hey man, like look out for those banana peels. Like you don't want to slip on one. Like what are you doing on the ground?" And then so if you get frozen, we call it a frozen banana. And if you...
Oh, okay.
If you die, it's called an exploding banana.
Oh, banana! And speaking of it, bro.
See, he just fell down, so he called himself out because we've gotten to that point. But there's this thing that happens a lot with my character where I'll get knocked down and I'll be on the ground and the enemy will still die like a few seconds later while I'm on the ground. So I'm trying to think of a name to call that, and I asked them if they had any suggestions.
Because we can't come up with a dingleberry? Is that what you said? You straight up like call it a dingleberry. Oh shit. It does start with a D, and it's because of dot damage. That almost fits.
Okay, they said we got another thing here. Let's kill this guy real quick. I got another one I can read. It's addressing the grinding.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, dang it. Alright, so remember this time don't press circle. So somebody basically just said like questions about the grinding and stuff, and they said where'd it go? Oh,
I lost it. Alright, man. Alright, man. Well, just hit me up when y'all. Make sure nobody else is meaning to do this.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to it, but I'll find it. I need to remember how to... Ooh, crit. Okay. What games... So somebody asked... We'll get to that in a second. Somebody asked what games inspired you all to make Preta. And he says, I hate to answer your question because I feel embarrassed. We didn't get near them, not even close, but the answer is Diablo and Monster Hunter.
Oh, wow.
So we kind of already
makes
knew that.
Sense, yeah, but it's funny because it's like I wanted to hear Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat. You know, like it's not the answer you want. It's like we want to know Straight up, just say it. You still like me. Just say it.
Right.
Oh man, that's funny.
Okay, here we go. I found it again. So I'm not going to touch this page because last time I refreshed it and it freaking disappeared. Oh yeah, got him. Whenever he does that move. Okay. So he says, we know Preta requires too much grinding and players are sick of it. We do have plans to add more content and reduce grinding significantly, but it may take at least 2 to 3 months. To be honest, Grindfest was not our intention. We had to finish developing when it was only halfway done due to financial problems, and as so many content were half finished, we had to replace them with repetitive grinding. So they ran into financial issues. They say we feel really bad about this. So the game is actually not supposed to be as grindy as it is.
Right.
It's just they were running out of time, resources, everything, and so had to make it extended. Had to extend it by making it a little bit harder to grind for stuff. The funny thing is, while I understand that doesn't apply to most people, and now that I've actually beaten it, I'm okay with them changing it. I wouldn't have wanted them to do that like while I was like halfway through.
Right.
But what it did, the funny thing about that is that it made me appreciate the things that like I was able to get.
Yeah,
Like because you know that not
shit,
everybody
bro.
can get that. Like that's why. So it can be fixed. Like you could really fix it by, if you're going to tone down the grinding, then add additional items that are like harder to get.
Right.
Basically,
like make some that are like 50,000 raid points that just look sick as hell,
right. So exactly, and like amazing, something that's really, I think that's kind of to Lillian's point too, right? Like
right.
There was something that you worked really hard for. What people don't like is the working really hard and then just that being just enough to help you progress in the game.
Right.
Like you want to work really hard for that special item that nobody else can get.
Right.
So I can see that. I can kind of see that. But I mean, like I said, they plan to adjust the grinding, and I think that's a great idea. I think a lot more people would go nuts for it because not one person has said that it isn't fun to play.
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
Nobody says a damn thing about it not being a fun game. It's really just the grinding that people don't like. There's nothing else wrong with this game.
There's nothing else they got.
I mean, the only thing you can do to make it better at this point is to tone that down a little bit and add more content. And that's like basically what their plan is. So that's fantastic.
If everybody just send emails to them and talk to them for a while, they'd know. Like, they haven't hidden that from anybody. You know what I mean? They're like, shit.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to get more game out. Like, we know you all. Like, like everybody knew it wasn't done.
Yeah. So a lot of people are saying like, oh, JD's in there, and he's saying it's great to hear that. He doesn't mind the grinding. He just wants more drops per completion. So, like he said, originally they were supposed to drop weapons and stuff. So it sounds like they were on the right track. They just, had to use what they had.
Right. They did.
And that's why it's the way it is. But man, like what they got right in this game is just awesome.
Yeah, like it's good to know. Now it's kind of like, all right, well, where are we going with it now? If you get all the money you want.
Okay. So they did ask if there's going to be any additional characters. They said no, not at this time. It's doable, but the cost is too high. So like they could do it. It just would be too expensive for them.
Right.
Which is why more people need to support this game.
Right. More people that support it, the more we'll get.
I'm trying to find some more questions. I'm kind of just going through it, recycling the pages, or refreshing the page. I mean.
Right.
And you're dead.
You didn't want to fall down though, bro. Not the taxi.
Do you guys have any questions you want me to ask them?
No.
Nobody?
I don't know. It'd have to be a funny question.
Well, I already got one of those.
We need another
I
one.
asked them what kind of freaking banana peel do we name it? Like.
I know.
That's as good as it gets.
That's as good as it gets. It's all you get. Ask them how many downloads they have to date.
That's a good question.
Can you ask that?
I guess.
I suppose so.
I suppose. I doubt he knows the exact number though. He'll have a. He might know the general ballpark, you know.
So, do you know how many downloads you have to date?
Because I keep meaning to ask him that question, actually. I need to ask him
Alright,
that.
I posted it.
Every time I send him an email, I'm always like, what question am I forgetting to ask him? And that's the one I always forget to ask him, is like, how many downloads, like, has this game had? What, dude? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you push the X button for me? Oh, you don't have to fight, I mean, unless you want to.
Sorry.
Well, I know, turn the TV on it. Okay. So just whenever it gets to the lobby.
Wow. So Ghost is gonna like this. The developer just mentioned him, so I'm gonna.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he gets back, and I'm gonna tell him what he said.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and yeah, it seemed interesting.
Same thing as last time.
When theirs are both ready, it'll start.
I didn't read it yet either, so it'll be a nice little surprise. Ghost, are you back? Ghosty? I think somebody's pressing X for him or something.
Yeah, it sounds like
I'm pretty sure he's got somebody just pressing a button for him.
I didn't touch anything.
Yeah. No, he did this the other day. He had his like wife. He was like he had to like take care of the kids. So, like I sat there and she played and she was like a level like 80, like playing as his level 80 or whatever while I was doing the raid and like getting him points for that character. And she was like, "Why can't I kill him? And like, why do we keep dying? Or like, why does he not die? Like, why do we keep fighting him?" And I was just dying. I was dying, man. Oh. It was so funny.
I mean, they've had a really good response to this game, haven't they?
I think majority, yes. Yes, majority, absolutely. But it's not yet appealed to, like, the mass audience, like
really?
everybody. Yeah, because of people are turned off by the grinding. Like, they think it's too much. But a lot of them, like, you know, a lot of them, we try to get as many people as we can and, like, help them raid and stuff, make it easier, make it quicker. It's a lot better that way, but not everybody knows, you know, nobody knows who I am or who Ghost is, or, like, well, some people know who he is, but...
I mean, thank goodness that I'm so glad that I met him online, you know, because he helped so much.
Right, absolutely. Me too. Me as well. You know? Like, yeah, we've actually become, like, pretty good friends now because of this.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a lot of other people. Yeah, he really is. I'm more of a supporting backbone kind of guy. I'm not necessarily like the loud, go out there kind of guy. I'm just good at, like, you know, if somebody is like that, like, I'm good at kind of supporting them or supporting others. At least that's what I like to do.
Well, especially with this game, because you really have nothing to reference, you know. So if you can get someone to say, okay, you need to do this, you know, it's so helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
you know?
Well, and that's like what a lot of our community talks about, is like how this game, you know, a lot of people were afraid or whatever to play it, but then, like, when you come and hang out with Ghost and stuff, like, the game is a lot more enjoyable, and you know, you get help, and you get, like, it's even been like a social experience in a way, more than just like just playing a game with other people. Like, I've gotten to know, like, so many people lately. Oh my goodness, since this game came out, there are so many people I know now, just from this game alone.
Well, the community on this game is really great.
Right,
it really is.
So. Yeah, the community kind of came together, and it definitely makes it a lot better when everybody helps each other out. Ghost, you back?
Not yet.
I want to tell him this damn news.
He's gonna be.
I want to read this darn thing.
He's gonna love that.
Oh
yeah.
God. It's happening.
Yeah, I wonder if he's reading it right now.
Why? I don't wanna. You gotta fix it then.
I think they need to make God Cannon's sword a little bit bigger than it is.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. I love it. That's actually kind of why I chose the character, because there was a game for the PlayStation 1 called Final Fantasy VII, and the main character used what was called a Buster Sword, and it's basically like a giant sword. And I love that game so much, and you'll see that sword in tons of games. I mean, it's a big influence. It was one of the biggest PS1 games for sure. But that's why I chose it, just because of my love for that game.
I was trying to put it back.
But it's great. I like the Buster Swords more than, or the Great Swords more than, like, little swords.
Well, I think that the characters that they made for this game, they made them, they're so different, and I think that's good. And you can, you know, and then you can really go back and play this game, like, because there are 3 different characters, so you can play it from 3 different, you know, views, or, you know, 3 different people, different weapons, so that helps a lot.
They seem, so I did kind of just read about it, and yeah, I think they, I think there's a lot that they like about the game, but I think even themselves, they are a little disappointed that, I don't know. So I'll just go ahead and read it since he's away right now. So somebody said, "Are you proud to develop the first game in the ARPG genre on a new technology that will most likely change gaming forever? I'd hope so. Thanks for the awesome game." And I think this is B. Bumgen. I think this is the CEO. This is the one that Ghost and I both have written, and he's gotten back to us, Ben. And he says, "Yesterday oh, where'd it go? No way, that just happened again. Wow. This is definitely the first time I've done this, if you haven't been able to notice. It's hard. I gotta, like, move the mask.
Yeah.
I'm just creating... I'm intentionally
I was wondering how you were doing that, how you're reading
I'm doing the raid real quick, and then in between each one, I'm pulling up the mask, and then I've got my phone in my lap. Come on, come here. Okay, so he says, "Yesterday I told Ghost0885, our huge fan and friend, that I may end up crying at the end of the AMA after getting bashed for creating a grinding hell. And I don't know why, but now the question makes me want to cry. No, I'm not proud. It's not about VR. It's not about revenue. As a gamer whose first RPG was Ultima 4, I honestly think Preta should have been much, much better than this. Too big of a dream and too little funding. Whatever. Should have done better." Interesting. So it sounds like they're really hard on themselves about the grinding, which is a good mentality to have, but you also want to be careful not to be like self-destructive.
Yes.
You know, I'm like that too. Like, I'm a perfectionist. I used to play music a lot, and I've been in like a billion bands, and I always thought the music was really good, but you know, I kind of spoiled it for everybody by always trying to make just something better and something better, when it really was like, at one point when you have something going for you, when something sounds good, like, just, you know, leave it. Like, if it's not, you know, it's where the old phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, so they definitely want to make sure that they don't, I don't think they have that mentality, because they're working on the game and stuff, but let's see.
So they'll just put a patch into the game?
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of the way games work these days. Beauty in a way is that, yeah, they can adjust games. They can create a patch. It's not like once it's on a disc, that's the game, and you gotta live with it. They'll be able to add patches, which they are going to. Like they said, they're working on a bunch of stuff, and patches, more fixes, more like smooth stuff. So wow. Okay, I've got a question, or there's another question. The questions are starting to come in now. But yeah, I mean, as long as they realize they have a really, like, a damn good game here, like something really special, like, then they just need to remember that. Like, I understand being hard on yourself and stuff, but you got something good going. It sounds like funding is a big part of it, though, but... Okay, so... Somebody says, "What's your favorite part of Preta right now? What new feature do you want to add the most?" Ben says, "My favorite part is not in the release build. There is an interactive story mode which is not completed and probably never will be. It is costly, time-consuming to develop, and many people were against it as it's way too violent, but my heart still lies there. I want to finish this and add it if I have the resources. You can see part from the video here." So there's a little bit I guess if he means like an interactive story mode, like where you can actually, you know, in some games where it's like you have decisions you can make different choices and stuff. And I don't know if that's what he means there, but if it is, I'm like, I like that. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I'm more about just playing the game than like the whole what form of dialogue you say here.
Well, that'd be a lot like Skyrim.
Right. And like Mass Effect and a bunch of stuff. I know that's a pretty popular thing these days, but that's not anything that really interests me. I do like a good story in a game. I think a story is important to make it, like, you know, stand out. But it's definitely not like something I have to have for sure. But it sounds like he's got like a really big story and stuff that he talked to us. You know, adding additional levels and stuff. I love variety in games, and I want to have like.
Tell me when you're in a lobby.
What'd you say?
Tell me when you're in a lobby.
Oh, okay. Hey, So I was wanting to tell you this while you were gone. He mentioned you in the thread.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'll tell you what he says in just a second. I already said it once because it was like waiting a while, but I'll read it again for you. It's not like what he said about you is good, but what he said is a little sad. But okay. So somebody says, "Are you proud to develop the first game in the ARPG genre on a new technology that will most likely change gaming forever?" That I may end up crying at the end of the AMA after getting bashed for creating a grinding hell.
I remember. Yeah, he did too. He said that. No shit.
Yeah,
it was funny.
And he says,
"You can come in now."
Can I?
Ghost.
I don't know why, but now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, thank God.
But then he basically says like he wants, like, he's not necessarily proud of this game, like he.
Oh no.
He should be.
Well, it's not what the reason is because it's not finished. They didn't.
Right.
And
yeah, but what
they are.
But
I
in
was
the
just talking to Katie about this.
Financially, though, the way that where they were financially, they had to launch this game.
Well, just so that they could at least like. Just
and a lot
have
of games do that. Look, freaking Code 51 came out without settings.
Yeah,
like
without settings, man.
Like, the settings were there, but you couldn't access them. Like, what the hell? At least they got the patch out quick, but.
Could only use one stick. Like, you couldn't even use a right thumbstick. That was another thing that was just like, it was crazy.
Right. But, you know, it seems like he says a lot of, yeah, he does mention that a lot, about, like, the financial, like, the resources and the money that it takes to make this stuff is not easy to come by. And he's basically saying, like, because of the money situation and the resources, that, you know, he wants this game to be a lot better than what it actually is.
It's all about that paper, though. That's what people just don't understand. Like, it's like,
yeah, I mean, and look, you know, this is, again, this platform, the PSVR, it's got what, like 2 million, maybe like 3-4 million by now. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the last number was 2, but that was before the the price drop.
That was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So it could be, but
I
who
bet
knows,
it said 3.
I could see 3. I hope so. But that's compared to like the 80 million PS4s out there.
Oh man, who
knows?
Like, no, they got to be even over that. Like,
I think it. Yeah, I mean, it could be.
I got kicked. I got DOS boot. Yeah, can't hit the circle button. Oh dang, I
okay,
froze.
let me check something.
Nope, I froze. I gotta fully shut down.